What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. For today's video, I'm kind of thinking about doing a quick little overview of how much I've spent in general on this car. A lot of people be asking me on my Instagram live, you know, like, hey, how much is the build rundown? You should do a YouTube video and overall costs and everything you've spent on a car. So today's video gonna be taking a look on overall how much I've spent onto this little bucket I have. So we'll get right into it. So okay, so to get things started, we'll talk about how much I bought the car for. I purchased the car roughly last year, I'd probably say for about $28,000 from a friend of mine. It was stock motor, stock trans, clean title, had about 70,000 miles from what I remember. I don't remember now. It had a hybrid turbo at the time. I ran that for a little bit, but it started going out on me. So now I'm running a different turbo kit. So if you guys are wondering what kind of turbo kit I'm running a Big Boost kit. And this kit ran me about 5K from Big Boost, but I did get it as a sponsorship from a third-party company, so I did not pay 5K. But that's how much they go for from the Big Boost website. To support the high boost pressure that the car runs, obviously it's mandatory to upgrade the intake manifold because the plastic intake manifold are known to crack, especially for the B58. So I upgraded to the RK AutoWorks billet manifold. This ran me about 2K. I bought it used from a friend of mine on this Facebook forum I'm in. And then the charge pipe, that I think brand new, they're like $180, $200 brand new. It came with the car. Luckily I already have it. When I changed to this Big Boost kit, it did come with a different bottom charge pipe. Fuel system and everything, that ran me about 4 or 5K, and that's mainly because it's got high pressure fuel pump, low pressure fuel pump, and port injection. And for the port injection is pretty much what costs the most, because you do have to get supporting mods like the ethanol sensor, a bunch of other different sensors, and overall the controller. The car is under Motive Reflex Plus for the controller for the port injection and other things that need to be monitored, such as AFR, boost control, and everything. It is controlled, my boost is controlled by a Max Solenoid 3-port. So far, no issues. You guys can see, of course, the car is wrapped. This is actually our brand wrap. It's actually wrapped in Isle of Man green, which is ideally from the G80 M3. The original color was white, but I did wrap it green. And then I had B-locks beforehand, but the only reason why I switched out of them and downgraded to a normal set of drag packs is because shops around here in Sacramento do not like to work on B-locks, so it's really hard to find tire shops that are available 24/7 at least, you know, like throughout the week, that are willing to work on it. It's really annoying having to drive to a specific shop 30, 45 minutes away, and it's just not ideal when it comes to, you know, getting a last minute tire rotation, balancing, or even just need service. I've had times where my old B-locks would get a nail in a tire, and I need to get that fixed right away, but I would have to drive 45 to damn near an hour just to a near shop. So that's definitely wasn't a move, so kind of downgraded to that. The front wheels are off my E90 M3, E92 M3, or like the older E90, E92 M3s. I don't remember exactly what the specs on these are, but they're just from an M3 OEM. Previous owner put an Apex center caps on it. I did not do that, but it looks kind of nice. I mean, I don't really care. Left that there. For tire wise, I'm running a 305 45 17, and these are really good tires. They're Mickey Thompson Street SS, and honestly, I've had no issues when it comes to gripping. I do spin a little bit when it comes to third gear when it's really cold out, but other than that, once you get them warmed up, they hook pretty just fine. If you guys are wondering how you can fit that on a F30, they don't fit. You actually do have to do a lot of modifications, such as pulling the quarter panel. I don't know if you guys can see, but the quarter panel is pulled out a lot, and then I'm on coilovers for the back, so we'll actually talk about coilovers now. So the car is sitting on some coilovers. It's on Raceland coilovers in the rear and some H&R lowering springs up front, so I have no issues with that. It's actually on max height for the rear, just so it doesn't rub as much. It still hits a little bit. It still hits the quarter panel, rubs a little bit, but honestly, it's nothing too crazy, nothing too major. So this is the stance that the car sits on. So that's pretty cool. For the carbon diffuser down there, that came with the car, brand new. I believe they go for like $200-300 on eBay. That rear spoiler right here, this is also roughly go for $200-300. Cosmetic wise, I didn't really do too much on the body of the car or anything around it. mainly because I'm an OEM plus kind of guy. I like to keep the look of the body. I like to keep the car looking basically how it is from factory as much as possible. I did add these side skirts. I'll go on the other side so you guys can take a better look. I added these side skirts. These are literally one of those 3-piece side skirts that you could buy off eBay for like 40 bucks. I refused. So for me, I refuse to buy a bunch of expensive carbon fiber stuff when it comes to lips and side skirts or diffusers, anything like that, unless if it came with the car already. Mainly because I drive the car mainly, you know, for like speed racing, right? And if I'm gonna go 100+ miles an hour and bap something in the street, I am not trying to deal with losing $300 just like that. So I literally just have a cheap eBay front lip made for this car, or made for this bumper, which leads us to our next topic of having an M3 front bumper. A lot of people be asking me what kind of bumper this is, because this is not the OEM F30 front bumper. This bumper is actually an F80 style M3 bumper, but it's made for the F30, so it's not as wide, it's not as aggressive, and it's made to fit for the normal F30 chassis. So no, you cannot fit an M3 bumper into an F30, but I have heard if you do have a F32, which is the 4 series, I believe they do fit, which is kind of cool. So that's kind of one thing to take notes of if you guys are planning on doing an M3 conversion. You have to make sure that the M3 bumper you're buying is made for an F30. And so this bumper, I actually did a trade for my friend with the F30 front bumper I had. It had some body work damage, like rock chips and everything like that. And since I was planning on wrapping the car, I decided to just do a trade from him. This was painted white already. And so this is a straight trade. I put cash on top on him because I had an OEM bumper, but my bumper was kind of fucked up. So I just gave him some cash on top, so nothing too major about that. Go ahead and close the hood. And then roof, oh, this 50 bucks. It's all fucked up though. Roof, I do need to get my roof wrapped. I don't know if you guys can see that. That's horrible. Oh my god, yeah. So I ended up wrapping the whole car, but did not wrap the roof. I don't know why, because I think it's already black. It doesn't really bother me, but now it's kind of starting to bother me. So I'm probably gonna get that done. Gonna get that done soon. So yeah. So that's pretty much how much it costs. Interior wise, interior is pretty much stock. It does have carbon interior pieces for the interior right there, and it's the same way. And the steering wheel, this is not an aftermarket steering wheel or anything. This is just a stitch-on steering wheel cover with an eBay carbon fiber overlay right here. These are real M3 buttons with as long as M3, as well as with M3 paddles. So that's pretty cool. It comes with M3 style carbon fiber center thing, red interior, all that good stuff. So that's pretty much an overview of the car. Do a run back. So the car costs $28,000. Turbo kit is roughly $5K. The intake manifold, I bought that for $2K. And then the fuel system, I'll just round it up to like another $5K. Wheel setup, with the new tires and everything, that's roughly about $1,800. And then aesthetic wise, the wrap, this is my own personal wrap, so I'm gonna put that as free. But we do sell this wrap online on my Instagram page if you guys are ever interested. But I'll put that as free, and same goes for the labor, because me and my brother actually are the ones who wrap my car. Aesthetic wise, carbon fiber bits and everything like that, I'm gonna just put about 500 bucks, because these are the only, the top antenna, the rear spoiler, and the diffuser is the only carbon fiber thing I have in a car that's real carbon fiber, because this side mirror is just fake cheap carbon overlay. And these, the front lip, the side skirt, I'm gonna say about 100 bucks. So it's not too bad of how much I spent into it. It's still stock motor, stock trans. Oh yeah, and with the blown up trans, I have to get a new one, so that ran me about 3K. And yeah, I mean, so far motor is healthy. Did a compression check. All good cylinders are all good. You know, I did new spark plugs, oil changes every time. So honestly, this cars are actually pretty good when it comes to just taking care of them. Reliability is there for sure. And overall, like, I've actually had no issues with the car. I mean, I've had like minor mechanical issues here and there, but it's just kind of like small little miscellaneous random things because of like old age. You know, the car does have 106,000 miles, but nothing major yet. The valve cover is not leaking or anything. The car does not misfire at all. So shout out to my tuner, Same. And the car's been good, you know. So I do have some more plans onto it. Like, for example, I do want to get an M3 style hood. And I want to get M3 side style fenders. And I swear I'm not trying to make my car look like an M3. But they just look really nice, you know. I love that F80 body. So M3 front end, I guess you can say. But I refuse to get an M3 rear bumper. Mainly because it looks funny, honestly. It looks funny seeing it on a F30 with the M3 style rear bumper. It's just not made for it. So I'm keeping that, the same bumper. I had GCS taillights before, GTS, which is the cool one right here. But honestly, they just water got into the passenger side, and I just went back to OEM. But I like the OEM ones more because they're brighter. And then possibly wrap the roof. Possibly. I'm honestly debating. I think I might do it, honestly. Oh my god, you guys, look at that shit, bro. That's horrible. Wrap. I do want to keep this wrap a little longer, but I do plan on changing it in the future. But yeah, so that's pretty much how much I've spent on the car. I'm just kind of pumping out ideas. I don't really know what to record. I'm not really an active YouTuber guy, but I'm trying to be more active for you guys. I'm sorry. If you guys have any ideas for me to film, honestly, just put them down in the comment section below. Let me know what I should film. But yeah, for now, I'm gonna go take this car for a rip. I'm gonna go look around for any, you know, anything to do. But yeah, so I figured I'd just kind of give you guys a quick rundown on how much I spent on the car. But other than that, the car's been a trooper, man. No issues. You know, I daily the car. I drive the car places, and I race the car. So that's pretty much what I love about the car, is that it does everything. You know, it's a 4-door. You could drive family. It's automatic, luxury, quiet, you know. And then when you want to get on it, you know, you drop a gear and disappear, right? So pretty good car. Honestly, I recommend it. You know, like for true BMW enthusiasts, I'm sure everybody's still gonna be like, oh yeah, M3 all the way, F80 all the way. You're doing an M3 conversion, might as well just buy an M3. Well, I was actually gonna buy an M3, but the only reason why I kind of stayed away from it was mainly because of the S55 motor. Don't get me wrong, those motors are pretty good, but the crank hub issue and then the fact how they're not as open when it comes to working on your engine bay is just not ideal. B58s have so much room when it comes to working around. You can literally do a whole downpipe install in like 5-10 minutes, I kid you not. And charge pipe install in like maybe 10 minutes if you get all the bolts correctly done. So motor is really healthy, no issues. We don't have any crank hub issues or anything like that. So that's pretty much what caught my attention to B58. So definitely gonna be doing more stuff to the car. I do want to get the transmission built soon, and then possibly get the motor built as well, and then kind of go full send with this car, you know, like kind of see. I'm trying to eventually, mark my words, this car will make 1,000 wheel plus, hopefully, you know, nitrous, bigger turbo, built motor, built trans. That's pretty much the end goal for this car. I'm trying to have a full, not gutted interior, but race spec interior, like roll cage in the back, a Kirky seat. That's pretty much my plan for this car. For now, I'm having fun with it. You know, it's doing me good. And yeah, I'm honestly loving it. So I definitely recommend you guys getting a 340i if you guys are in the market for one. You know, this car has 100K plus miles, no issues, and the car makes roughly 700 horsepower. Don't quote me on that. It's roughly. I've never dynoed the car. I'm just saying that based on people with the same setup as me. I'm running the same exact setup as my boy, and he dynoed his car, and he made 740 wheel. And so I'm just basing off that. But then again, he has low miles. He has, I think, 54,000 miles on his car, while my car has double that. So I could be running less, I could be running more, who knows. He is on a different tuner as well, so that's a very big factor, you know. But yeah, so if you guys are interested on seeing anything else, comment anything down below. Let me know what you want me to film, because I'm honestly running out of ideas of what to film. Honestly, I just sit in my car and look at it. But yeah, so no issues. Cool.